Imagine a creature that dies every winter. Its heart stops, its lungs turn solid, its blood becomes ice. And yet, when spring returns, it wakes up, alive again. Beneath the frozen forests of the north, something extraordinary happens. When the air turns sharp and cold and snow begins to fall, life slows down. Birds migrate, bears hibernate, but one small creature does something unthinkable. The wood frog, tiny, brown, fragile. Yet it holds a power beyond imagination. It doesn't flee from the cold, it embraces it. As the temperature drops, frost creeps across its skin. Its heartbeat falters, then stops. The frog freezes solid, like a statue carved from life itself. No breath, no pulse, no motion. For months it lies buried beneath the snow, locked in ice. And still, it endures. Inside, a miracle unfolds. Just before freezing begins, the frog's liver floods its veins with sugar. Glucose, not for energy, but protection. The sugar seeps into its cells, wrapping them in a shield that prevents destruction, like antifreeze running through its veins. Outside, the frog is ice. Inside, it is waiting, a heartbeat suspended in time. Scientists once believed this was impossible, that no creature could survive being frozen stiff. Yet nature has its own rules. For the wood frog, death is only a season. The long winter passes, snow begins to melt, the sun warms the forest floor once again. And beneath the thawing earth, something stirs. The ice begins to soften. The frog's skin regains its color. Slowly, drop by drop, life returns. A tiny twitch, a heartbeat, a breath. Within hours, the frozen frog is hopping again, alive as ever, as if nothing happened, as if death had been nothing more than sleep. Every year, millions of frogs perform this resurrection. Each winter, they die. Each spring, they are reborn. Their secret? The chemistry of life itself. When the frost touches their skin, sensors in their bodies send a signal to the liver. Glucose pours into their bloodstream. Cells pull it in and hold it tight, lowering their freezing point. Water between the cells turns to ice, but inside the sugar keeps life intact. No oxygen, no heartbeat, and yet nothing breaks. It's as if the frog presses pause on existence. Months later, when warmth returns, the ice melts, blood begins to flow, and life resumes perfectly. No damage to the brain, no scars, no memory loss, just continuation. A cycle older than human civilization, an ancient rhythm written into DNA, nature's own code for survival. In Alaska, some of these frogs survive temperatures below -6 degrees Celsius. For up to 7 months, they remain frozen solid. Their hearts stopped, their lungs filled with ice. And still, when spring comes, they rise. Scientists call it suspended animation, a state between life and death, not alive, not gone, simply waiting. We spend billions searching for ways to preserve human life, to store organs, to freeze time. The frog does it effortlessly. It is living cryonics, a natural blueprint for immortality. Its blood chemistry might one day save lives. Imagine human hearts preserved for transplants without decay. Imagine astronauts in deep space sleeping for decades without aging. Imagine humans surviving the impossible. By borrowing wisdom from a frog, what we call impossible, nature calls Tuesday. The wood frog has no fear of death. It meets it every year and returns. Not as a miracle, as routine. When you think about it, it's almost poetic. In the darkest cold, when all warmth fades, life hides inside ice, waiting for the light, waiting for a reason to begin again. Each spring, the forests echo with croaks and calls, a chorus of rebirth, voices that froze in silence, now singing again. Beneath the beauty of it all lies a message that life is not fragile, it's adaptable, that death is not always final. Sometimes it's just a pause. The frog does not fight nature. It dances with it. It accepts the cold, the stillness, the end, knowing that every end carries a new beginning. The more we study this creature, the more it teaches us about resilience, about patience, about faith in life's return. Because while the world above sleeps, buried under frost, this tiny heart waits, silent, still, certain. And when the sun comes back, it beats again. Think about that. A creature the size of your thumb, mastering death. While humans, with all their science and machines, are still trying to learn how. The wood frog reminds us that the universe hides its greatest wonders in the smallest forms. That sometimes survival isn't about strength, it's about surrender. It's about trusting the process written by nature itself. Every winter, it dies. Every spring, it lives again. And in that endless cycle lies a truth older than time. Life always finds a way. Beneath the snow it sleeps, beneath the ice it dreams. And when the thaw comes, it rises, a heartbeat reborn, a body of ice turned back to life. Beneath the silence of melting snow, the forest breathes again, the streams awaken, whispering through ice that once held the land captive. And from the damp, thawing earth, small shapes emerge, pale, still trembling, as if remembering death. The frog have returned. Their eyes open slowly, adjusting to the brightness of life. The same eyes that once froze over, now glisten with the reflection of the spring sun. Every heartbeat inside their chest is a miracle reborn. Quiet, rhythmic, deliberate, the sound of life restarting. No one witnesses this transformation directly. It happens hidden beneath leaves and shadows. Nature keeps its secrets close, revealing them only to those who listen. The wood frog rises not as a survivor, but as a symbol. A reminder that even when everything stops, motion, breath, time, the essence of life lingers, waiting for the right moment to return. If you could shrink yourself small enough to enter its body, you would see an orchestra of reawakening, cells rehydrating, blood finding its path again, the heart, still hesitant, remembering its duty. Every system in perfect harmony, designed for resurrection. Science calls it adaptation. But to the poet's eye, it looks like rebirth. No ceremony, no grand explosion of light, just warmth, returning. The frog takes its first step forward on soft soil. Around it, insects crawl from the mud, birds return from migration, trees stretch with new buds. Every piece of the forest remembers its part in the ancient cycle. Death, sleep, awakening, again and again, forever. And the frog, small, forgotten, fragile, plays one of the most mysterious roles of all. For thousands of years, humans have feared death. We've worshipped, prayed, built monuments to escape it. But here in this silent corner of the forest, a creature the size of your thumb defies it every single year. What does it mean to die and return? To let go completely and trust that life will come back? The frog does not think, does not doubt. It simply obeys the rhythm written in its blood. When the air grows cold, it stops. When the sun returns, it wakes. There is no fear, only faith, not of mind, but of nature. Perhaps that's the difference between us and them. We resist the inevitable. They embrace it. The wood frog accepts death as a part of living. It doesn't fight the freeze, it becomes it. And maybe that surrender is what keeps it alive. Humans call such things impossible because we measure life by movement, by breath, by sound. But nature defines life differently, as persistence, not the absence of death, but the ability to return from it. When scientists study these frogs, they see the map of a future we dream about, a world where organ failure could be reversed, where lost time could be reclaimed, where death might one day be negotiable. They see potential, the same mechanism that might allow us to send humans deep into space in frozen sleep, only to awaken decades later, all hidden inside this tiny body that croaks in puddles after rain. In laboratories, researchers try to mimic its chemistry, the way glucose and urea flood the tissues, the way ice forms outside the cells but never inside. Each experiment brings us closer to what nature already perfected. But the frog does not care about our discoveries. It simply continues its cycle, Freeze, thaw, live, repeat. Every year, an entire generation of frogs freezes together. Tens of thousands of hearts that stop in unison. And every spring, those hearts begin to beat again, like a synchronized orchestra under the forest floor. It's not one miracle, it's millions. Imagine the patience of life that can endure months in stillness. Imagine the faith in warmth that has not yet arrived. Imagine trusting that after darkness, there will be light, because there always has been. The frog teaches this lesson without words, that endings are illusions, that what we call death might simply be transition, and that time itself bends around the will to exist. When you hold a wood frog in your hand, cool, trembling, soft, you're holding proof that nature knows resurrection better than any scripture, that the same forces that freeze it also save it. Every winter, the frog dies by surrender, and every spring, it returns by grace. And maybe that's the quiet message it leaves for us, that survival isn't always about strength or struggle or control. Sometimes it's about trust, trusting the freeze, trusting the silence, trusting that the sun will come again. The forest knows this truth, the rivers, the trees, the soil, all waiting, all believing. When spring returns, everything rises together. The frog's first croak echoes like an ancient prayer. Low, raw, sacred, the sound of life remembering itself. Its song spreads through the woods, carried by wind and water, a reminder that no winter lasts forever, that even the coldest heart can thaw.